Episode of the ACTION-FLIX Live. That's right, everybody. So as you all noticed, last week I took time off from the ACTION-FLIX Live, spent some time with family, but I'm back this week. Got some fun things planned for you. So again, thank you for everybody for the support. Since I came out with my neurological disorder, everybody's been great, helping me out. Can't thank everybody enough. So yeah, so I'm gonna say that in every episode, because I really appreciate each and every one of you. So without you guys, this isn't worth doing, and to have the support that I've had since I've come out that I've had my disorder, can't thank you guys enough. So again, just a disclaimer, obviously, I stutter sometimes and lose my train of thought when I'm speaking. So just bear with me, I'm dealing with it, but I could not do this, or I can, and I want to do this. I want to, plug along and try to be as normal as possible. Times have been rough, and doing this website, and interacting with everybody, and helping promote action movies and television has been a good therapeutic thing for me, since I've been dealing with this. All right, so with that all out of the way, let's get started with tonight's episode. So I got a fun one for you guys tonight. As you guys already noticed, I had some technical difficulties when I first started my live stream, but I've since corrected it. As you can see, I got my monitor back. So if you noticed in the last episodes of the ACTION-FLIX Live, I was showing videos by holding my phone up to the screen, which was kind of, kind of like a Band-Aid, but you got to do what you got to do. But I got my screen back, so I will be able to, show you stuff, next to me here, which is kind of cool. Plus, you get another, viewpoint of my office. As you can see, my triple threat poster, my snake eyes, and one of these times I'll kind of, span around and show you some stuff in my office that I got going here. Yeah, so let's get started. So this morning I woke up, and saw that Paramount Pictures, in anticipation of Top Gun Maverick coming out this weekend. I bet everybody's excited about that. It's been getting great reviews. And of course, I'm going to stand up here. I got my Top Gun shirt on tonight representing Tom Cruise. And I'm actually going to go see Top Gun Maverick this Saturday. So obviously my reviews, kind of not going to be right away, because, unlike a lot of these other places and websites and stuff, they get an advanced screening. I do not. So my friend, again, has been real gracious enough, because I'm on leave of work. So obviously money's been tight and everything. So going to see the movie, helping me out. Because it's easier when it comes to streaming. When it comes to the theaters, it's a little bit of a chore these days for me to go out and see a movie. But I try to do it when I can. So I'm really excited about this weekend and going and seeing Top Gun. So Paramount, in anticipation of that, released the trailer for Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Now, funny thing is, they released the trailer, and I think they, obviously they released it to hype it up, because obviously they've been filming it for a while. It's been delayed. Obviously, it's was supposed to be released already, just like Top Gun, but obviously COVID, has postponed a lot of stuff. So it's not coming out until July of next year, but I guess they thought that, hey, why not deliver a teaser trailer, more than a year out, to get everybody excited for it. And I have not seen the trailer. So again, I was saving it for the live trailer reaction show here today. So I'm going to be watching it for the first time. And I'm pretty excited. Like I said, I'm a big fan of what Tom Cruise has been doing. Obviously he's a pretty, probably one of the best action stars out there, He stunt people probably don't like him because he does a lot of his own stunts, some of the crazy stuff too, so they're probably like, Tom, let's get a stuntman to do it. And he's like, nope, I'm gonna do it, I'm Tom Cruise. So that's always funny. So I got my website up, as you can see, actionflix.com here. And bear with me, I still have my arm in a sling for my rotator cuff surgery. So that's another thing I've been dealing with. So it's not only my brain, but it's my shoulder too at the same time. So we're going to go right down the line here and go into the post. Now, funny story I'm going to give you here before we do the trailer reaction. As you can see, I have it up here. I woke up, like I said, and saw that. I was like, wow. Because usually Monday mornings are slow in terms of action news or any type of news, because we're just coming out of the weekend, and not much is going on Monday morning. So I kind of like Monday mornings because, I don't have to I get my girls ready for school, and send them off. And then, I don't have to be like, oh, what's going on. Usually it's like Wednesdays and Thursdays, is like when stuff really starts happening, sometimes Tuesdays too. But lo and behold, today, Monday morning, Paramount Pictures drops the first teaser for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Now, as you see, Part 2, they've been filmed back to back. So like I said, I have not watched it. I have been tempted to, let me say, because, it's like, I've heard reactions from other people who have seen it, just scrolling through Facebook, like, Tom's the man, cruise control, it's like, this guy could do no wrong right now. He's like in his 50s now. He's probably more popular than he was when he was in his, 20s, so that's pretty funny. So here we go. We're going to watch the trailer live. And as afterwards, obviously, I'm going to critique it, give you the lowdown on what I thought was pretty cool in it. So obviously it's probably going to show a lot of visuals, so a lot of the action set pieces that are going to be in the movie. And I'm sure we're going to get some kind of money shot with Mr. Cruise, doing what he does best. So, here we go. So we're going to start the trailer, and we're going to get this going. That looks like a John Wick movie.
Your days of fighting for the so-called greater good are over. This is our chance to control the truth, the concepts of right and wrong for everyone for centuries to come. You're fighting to save an ideal that doesn't exist. Never did. You need to pick a side.
There's the money shot. Right. Dead Reckoning Part 1. July 2023, everybody. So obviously we got a bit of a wait. So there you go. Pretty much what I thought. A lot of visuals, a lot of. I like the fast-paced showing of the sequences. So you had some fisticuffs, you had some firepower, you had Tom on a motorcycle. That last shot of him jumping off the cliff, and what are you gonna say? It's a Mission Impossible movie. So as you can see, I wrote this, before I saw it, but it is an action blockbuster spectacle. I mean, this is a spectacle. I mean, this is like you can't get better right now than what Tom Cruise is doing in his movies. I find it kind of, I kind of dug how, Henry Cerny, I think that's how you pronounce his name, he's the only one that spoke in the trailer, and, he's telling him you have to pick a side, so that was kind of cool. You had some shots of some soldiers with machine guns, and I dug the train sequence. As y'all know, the first Mission Impossible movie that Tom Cruise did, that, ended with a big action sequence, on board a speeding train. So now it looks like they kind of have come full circle, and they got another sequence on top of a train, which is pretty cool. So I like that aspect of it too. You got to see the cast, Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, they're all back. Vanessa Kirby, Haley Atwell, So once again, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna miss Henry Cavill though. I thought he was, because we're so used to him being Superman in The Witcher, but I thought he played a great bad guy in the last one, and it was a shame that he died. Although you never know, and he could pop up in the second one and be like, "Hey, just kidding, I'm not dead yet." So, well, there you go. Let me know what you guys think. So I'm gonna come over here to the YouTube channel where we're doing this. And just because I got the live stream going, so I'm just gonna just see if anybody's chatting with me, just to see what's going on. So nope, nobody is. That's fine. Okay. So there you go. What can he say? Like, the movie's more than a year out. So we have a super long wait. So God knows how many trailers we're gonna get from now until July of next year when this movie comes out. And of course, we all know that the part 2 is going to be 2024, I believe. So we got a little bit of a wait here to see Tom in action as Ethan Hunt. The leader of the possible missions force, And again, like, I think I'm like the only Mission Impossible movie that I probably don't like as much as the first one, which is, as an action movie, I thought it was kind of dry in the action aspect of it. Although the finale was pretty good. But the second one, you had John Woo doing it. I love the second one. That's probably like one of my favorites out of the whole series. Of course, John Abrams did the third one. And it's kind of like the Fast and Furious franchise. Each one gets bigger and badder and better, like in terms of the action and the stunts and the craziness, that you got going on here. It delivered what it was supposed to, right? So again, you have the music, you hear a little bit of dun dun dun. You had the theme in there, nestled in there, during the trailer, and it looks great. Like, what can you say? Tom's doing his thing, and that last shot with him on the motorcycle driving off the cliff and doing a halo jump, as only Ethan Hunt would do. That looked pretty spectacular. So there you go. There was the Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 teaser trailer premiere here at ACTION-FLIX. Like I said, that was my first time watching it, so I'll probably watch it a couple more times before I go to bed tonight. Just to kind of look for certain things that I missed. So let's go into some other stuff here. And as we all know, the Cannes film market was this past week, and like other film markets, this is where film companies deliver their movies in hopes to get distribution here in the States, you know, and other territories, you know, they look, you know, for people to buy their movies and everything. So it's basically one big, you know, product show of movies. And we had some pretty exciting things go down. The one of the biggest ones, and I'm going to click on it here, that I did an article for last week, was finally it has a name change, and I said that in my article. I talked about this movie a couple years ago. It's been kicking around that long. It was at one time called Vigilante, but now they have changed it to the Violence of Action, which again I said in my article. It was pretty funny because Violence of Action is what The Contractor with Chris Pine was called before they changed it to the more mainstream The Contractor. So that was called Violence of Action at one time. So now this is going to be called Violence of Action. So that's pretty cool. And Scott Adkins, of course, international superstar, action star Scott Adkins is teaming or reuniting with director William Kaufman. We all know William Kaufman, one of the best indie action filmmakers out there. He's done Sinners and Saints, Daylight's End, Jarhead 3, which he worked with Scott on. So now they're reuniting for Vigilante. And the other big news was Cam Gigandet. We all know him from Never Back Down, SEAL Team 6, you know, The Hunt for Osama bin Laden, and other action movies. He's going to be joining Scott in this movie. And it's got actually kind of a Punisher feel to it. Atkins plays a former soldier, and I'm going to read you the synopsis here. The story of a former SEAL tormented by a decision he made in Afghanistan, who becomes a vigilante in the Big Easy, who is brutally taken down a drug gang that is terrifying his neighborhood. So there you go. So again, it's like I said, a little bit of a Punisher spin to it, if you will. And he's a SEAL now. So yeah, so he's ex-Special Forces. Not really sure what Cam's role in it is in it. So he might be somebody who's going after Scott. So again, super excited for this one. And like I said, it was one of those. I actually talked to both William Kaufman and Scott Adkins about it, you know, a while back. And if you remember, I didn't get a chance to dig it out because, but here, let me do this here. So let me Google on my website Vigilante, because that's what it was called. And I'm going to bring up the teaser poster that they came out with like a super long time ago. Hang on a second. So, I like the name change on this one. Usually name changes aren't that great, you know, because they go from something cool to something more mainstream that people are going to, you know, want to go to. So, yep, here we go. Vigilante. So I did this article on February 22nd of 2020, right before COVID came out. There you go. See what happens? So obviously this movie probably would have got made maybe a little sooner, you know, if COVID hadn't hit. But kind of funny. So, you know, I'll show you this. Vigilante. Scott Adkins is battle-hardened on the new poster for the upcoming action thriller. So this was just a teaser poster that they put together. There you go. See that? There you go. That's Scott Adkins tacked up, you know, in a teaser poster for Vigilante, you know, that they did a long time ago. And in this article I did way back in 2020, I actually put I got some scoop from Scott, you know, when I interviewed him, and I put the quote in this original article. So he said, well, yeah, and he laughed when he said it. I don't like to tempt fate, but there is a film that will hopefully materialize that was written by Chad Law. We all know Chad Law wrote it. So that's pretty cool, along with Josh Ridgway, who's also another indie filmmaker. and will be directed by Will Kaufman and starring me, and that would be a vigilante film, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, that would be kick-ass and full on action. Really excited about that one. So this is actually my first interview that I did with Scott, which was for Accident Man. As you all know, I've interviewed him like 6 or 7 times, throughout the years, which I've been blessed, to talk to him, pretty much for a lot of his movies. And that's how long this movie's been kicking around. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. So now we actually got word that it's finally going to happen, and it was at cons for everybody to see. As you can see, I did my artwork here. So I did a picture of Atkins, and Cam Gigant, with guns. You always want to pick, good pictures, where they're, doing something, action oriented, because you want to draw the people in, when you do it. So that was probably, I think, for me, the biggest news. And then we had some more news where this was pretty exciting. Frank Grillo is reuniting with director Liam O'Donnell for the new horror thriller Merciless. As we all know, Frank Grillo did Beyond Skyline with Liam O'Donnell, which was the second movie in the Skylines franchise. Was not in Skylines, the third one, but we're hoping, because that he's going to be in the next one, the Skylines Radial, which was just announced. Because as we all know, Skylines ended with Rose Corley, who is Frank Grillo's daughter in the movie, or adoptive daughter, going after him to find him. So hopefully he's going to be in that one too. But now they're teaming up for a new movie called Merciless. And this was reported in Deadline. And the tagline is, in Merciless, when his wife is possessed by a malevolent spirit, the government's top interrogator seeks vengeance on those who were closest to the entity in its previous life in order to drive it out of her body, only to discover that everything is not what it appears to be. So that kind of sounds interesting. Sounds like The Exorcist with John Wick, So he's going to go after people that the entity knew in its life. So that sounds pretty awesome. I'm digging that. So that sounds cool that they're reuniting. Would love to interview Frank Grillo. I mean, he's one of my favorites, and Frank, if you ever hear this, I would just love. It would be an honor to talk to you, because I love the work, everything you do. It doesn't matter. I mean, the movie could be not even that good, but he's that type of actor that elevates everything that he's in. Then the next part of the article, if you guys remember, Juan Pablo Raba, he was actually in a short-lived TV series called Six, which is based on SEAL Team 6. He was in Peppermint with Jennifer Garner. He played the bad guy in that one. He was in The Marksman with Liam Neeson. He was the bad guy in that one. So he is going to be in a movie called Sombra. So this was announced at Cannes. It's going to be directed by Antonio Negrete, and the Suicide Squad's Danielle Melchior is currently in active negotiations to star in the film as well. So this one has, Sombra follows the story of the Colombian cartel, which never expected the single most dangerous threat to their drug smuggling operation to be a dedicated police dog. So that's pretty interesting. When man's best friend becomes the Gulf clan's enemy number one, they put a hit out on her life and kidnap Sombra. Her handler must beat the odds to rescue his beloved companion from the clutches of Colombia's most notorious criminal organization. In total, Sombra's busts have resulted in 245 arrests and the seizure of 2,000 kilos of cocaine, having twice earned her the Wilson Quintero Medal, an honor awarded for critical contributions to the fight against drug trafficking. So this sounds like it's based on a true story. So that sounds pretty interesting. So that's the so again, Juan, I'm not sure, he might play. He's been playing a lot of Mexican cartel guys. You know, he might be the bad guy in that one. So you know, obviously, we more will follow on that one. Now, here's the other big one that I love. Now, I'm a Byron Mann fan. If you all know Byron Mann, you know, has been in a slew of action films throughout the year. He was in Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme. He was just recently seen in Wu Assassins, the TV series with Iko Uwais. He's got a new movie coming out called Dark Asset, which also co-stars the one and only Robert Patrick. And we all know Robert Patrick is the Terminator from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. So this one looks pretty interesting, and it also has a trailer to it. So I got a trailer for you to show again. So first of all, I'm gonna read the tagline here. So Byron Mann's character John attempts to pick up Jane in a bar by spinning a tale involving spies, implanted microchips, and the dangerous military scientist played by Robert Patrick hunting him. But what if it's all true? So again, so it's like, could it be or could it not be? And there's also Byron shared a teaser poster for it. As you can see here, it's got himself and Robert Patrick on it. So let's watch the teaser trailer for Dark Asset.
Fine, I'll bite. What's your story, John?
I'm part of a secret spy program that implants microchips into people's heads to make them super smart.
Has that line ever worked for you?
Microchips have been doubling in power every 18 months for the last several decades.
I was a finely tuned weapon.
The human brain, on the other hand, has remained virtually stagnant in the last several thousand years.
That was before the chip. Soon after my chip was implanted, I met an agent.
It's like that thing inside your head does a lot more than the doctor said.
The doctor.
Dr. King, the one responsible for the whole program. He wanted to push the technology forward and finally make a super spy.
You'll be better than before. Smarter, more skillful in every way. You'll have the calculating power of the most advanced microchip ever invented. There won't be anything you can't do.
Right, Mr. Super Spy. What am I thinking right now?
I get rid of this devilishly handsome stranger.
You're not afraid.
Which half?
Not the one you were hoping for.
So what just happened?
As I said, the chip's still a work in progress.
Maybe they should have perfected it before they implanted it in your head.
There was a version of the chip before, but this time, they would have total control.
Go get him.
Aren't you breaking some spy code by telling me all this? Would you get into trouble?
Already did.
The kill switch, abort!
It's not working!
Hit it! Abort!
We have an uncontrolled, dangerous military asset offsite.
John Doe was supposed to follow orders. The chip leaves you no other option.
Perhaps he still is.
Who is it?
His own.
There'll always be some guy who wants more power. But the chip program begins and ends with Dr. King.
I shouldn't be so hard on you. I'm just a lowly office drone. Please, continue.
Well, there you go. So definitely looks like the price of admission on that one. Doing a lot of hand-to-hand combat. Looks pretty good. And again, Robert Patrick, another actor who just elevates everything that he's in, and him playing like kind of a mad scientist type character, you know, the one implanting these chips and, you know, creating these super spies, you know, just sounds awesome. So yeah, so a lot of cool stuff coming out of cons. And another big thing is Renegades, a new indie action movie coming out, which is from Shogun Films, which is a new distribution company that was created just a little bit ago. has locked a lot of deals, distribution deals. So we're going to be getting that in the near future. And I shared that on the website along with some images that was shared to me from one of the people that work over there. So there's another cons news update. So a lot of good stuff to anticipate. Like I said, Scott Adkins and Cam Gigandet in Violence of Action, probably the biggest thing for me at least. That came out of this weekend. So let me just go down the line and show you some other stuff. So again, that's all I had planned for tonight, was to do the trailer reaction for Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Sorry, Part 1. So that delivered. I enjoyed that one a lot. It's going to make me want to go back and watch the other movies now. I got a year to do it, so I think I could be able to do it. So, and another thing, over on Anchor and Spotify, I got some pretty big news. I'm up to over 11,000 total plays on my Anchor Spotify podcast, which is unfreaking believable. I got an established audience of over 1,000. It said for my last count. So I can't thank everybody enough on that. My latest podcast over there, I did the review for the revenge thriller Vendetta, which stars Clive Standen, Theo Rossi, Mike Tyson, Thomas Jane, and of course the one and only Bruce Willis. This is one of Bruce's last movies that he did. As we all know, he's retiring from, or has retired from acting due to his neurological disorder. So again, I can relate to what he's going through in terms of, how this affects you. So that's over there now. So give that a listen. I enjoyed it. I mean, not to give anything away, if you want to go listen to it, go listen to it. But I gave it pretty high marks, for an indie action movie. It was directed by Jared Cohn, who did The Horde with Paul Logan, which came out a little bit ago, like pretty much when my website was just starting, when I just started my website. And it was one of the first movies that I reviewed. And I remember he shared it, and everybody shared it, when I did the review, because it is an awesome movie. If you want to watch something, it's Rambo meets The Hills Have Eyes, basically, so he directed this movie as well. And this is just, your typical straightforward revenge thriller. Clive Standen plays an ex-soldier who loses his daughter due to a gang shooting. At the end of the movie. Kind of almost like Joker. He's kind of Joker-esque. Even has a laugh, like the sinister laugh going through it. So that's up at the on my audio podcast. So check that out. And then there's also this movie right here. This looks kind of good. It's called Wolfhound. That's a cool name. It's a World War II thriller. And I got the official trailer. I downloaded it to the ACTION-FLIX YouTube channel, so check it out. But I'm going to play it for you now. I'm going to read the synopsis for this one. This one sounds pretty cool, too. It says, featuring action sequences using vintage aircraft, this thrilling World War epic shows how one man's courage can change the world. On a recon mission over Nazi-occupied France, pilot David Holden, played by James Maslow, is shot down along with a B-17 bomber. He lands near an airfield where he learns the Germans are loading the U.S.-marked aircraft with a city-destroying super bomb that could help the Axis win the war. Now Holden must evade search patrols and vengeful Nazi soldiers to rescue the captured crew and stop the doomsday plot. So that sounds pretty kick-ass. And the trailer does deliver too. So let's watch the trailer for now. This is Wolfhound, coming in June. Rated R for violence. Can't beat that.
One man can make an impact on this war. Just leaving up what you think.
Jack, you see that? Looks like 2 fighters.
Hold on.
Those are all right fighters.
Crazy Brits.
Too easy.
They found the American woman intact.
What is this?
Take him. Sorry about your friend. After they take you up, how many come back?
What are they up to?
They have developed a single bombs that could destroy an entire city.
Do not forget our orders. No survivors. Somewhere.
Did say one man can make a difference. Let's find out.
On turret! Open fire!
Thinking about London. Hold up. Follow me.
Unit, one soldier, 32, try and patrol.
There's this pilot now.
Do not know, sir.
We're gonna use our bombers.
No. Fall back!
Just a little scratch. This ends now.
I love that ending. That was awesome. So yeah, so that looks pretty solid. You got aerial combat and ground action going on in that one, so can't beat that. So that is going to be released on Blu-ray and DVD on July 17th. So that's up on my website and my YouTube channel. So, you know, go over there and check that out on my YouTube channel. Let's see if I got anything else here worth mentioning since I got you guys. Oh yeah, Terminal List. I'm excited about this one. I love Navy SEALs, you know. So again, Chris Pratt is playing a Navy SEAL in the Prime Video series based on the novel of the same name. And the full extended trailer came out for this one the other day. So this one looks pretty good. Pratt stars as the lone survivor of a Navy SEAL mission gone awry, where he loses his entire unit and comes home and is having mental issues going on, you know, and stuff like that. But it all taps into a vast conspiracy, you know, going back to the mission and what happened to him and his comrades. So let's watch the trailer for the Terminal List.
Almost ready to begin, James. Copy.
What happened?
They're all gone. Everybody's gone.
Daddy! 12 SEALs lost and no one in command even issues a statement.
Nothing in this file adds up.
Who has the capability to alter our signals, change our records? But that is God's hand kind of shit.
Headaches, create confusion.
Well, I'm not crazy.
You need somebody to help you prove it.
I know what it's like when war follows you home. I hope you'll be able to find peace knowing this mission is over.
You're not at war. You're at home. There's a difference.
Not anymore. I can't let you keep doing this. I think something happened to me on that hop.
So love that last shot where he takes out the axe and he's gonna do something very bad to some unfortunate guy that's hanging there. But I also like the shot of him coming towards the camera, looking like he's in full berserker mode. You know, so that starts July 1st, and that's a series. So that's not a movie. It's a series, limited series. So that's going to be good. So I'm going to be checking that out. So again, with these movies coming out, obviously I'm going to review them. And like I said, Top Gun Maverick. Oh hell, let's just play the trailer for that because I am super excited for that. So let me get it up here. I know you've all seen this before, but this just looks phenomenal. And it's been getting nothing but, like, literally nothing. I had not heard one bad thing about this movie. I don't read reviews. I've not read a review at all. But, I read the title headlines and stuff like that. And this one looks fantastic.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
What do we have here? Yeah, here I thought we were special.
Fellas, this here's Bagman.
Hangman.
Whatever.
What kind of mission is this?
Everyone here is the best there is. Who the hell are they gonna get to teach us?
Captain Pete Maverick Mitchell. Let me be perfectly blunt. You were not my first choice. You were here at the request of Admiral Kazansky, a.k.a. Iceman. He seems to think that you have something left to offer the Navy. What that is, I can't imagine.
With all due respect, sir, I'm not a teacher. Just want to manage expectations.
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking.
And we're off.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
We're going into combat on a level no living pilot's ever seen. Not even him. You think up there you're dead? Believe me.
My dad believed in you. I'm not gonna make the same mistake.
Sun's not coming back from this.
Those are your pilots. Anything happens to them. You'll never forgive yourself.
No turning back now.
Having any fun yet?
Like I said, I've been a fan of Top Gun since the beginning. I went with my sisters, my two older sisters, on opening weekend. I saw it, I think, at least 3 times in the movies when it first came out. Got it on VHS way back in the day when it first came out. I nothing but a fan sense. I have it on DVD, Blu-ray, type of thing. And I heard some people complain like, oh, why did they wait so long to make a sequel? It's like, you know what? Shut up. It's like, who cares that they waited so long? They made it, and it looks phenomenal. And the fact that they put actual cameras in the jets, film. It's like, how can you not want to go see this movie? I just don't understand it. So anybody that has, you know, anything negative to say, it's like you don't like going to the movies. I mean, this is a freaking summer blockbuster movie right here. And I remember when I first saw the initial teaser trailer 2 years ago, before COVID hit, and we've been waiting 2 years for this freaking movie to come out. So now it's finally gonna be here. And like I said, I'm going on Saturday to see it. I got my shirt. I'm going to be wearing my shirt, going to be representing. So I'm super excited about that. So by the time, you probably have read everybody else's reviews, but I'm still going to do a review. I think I'm going to do, I'm not sure if I want to do a live stream review or a podcast review, but obviously I'm going to do one. Hell, I might do both because I'm so freaking excited to see this movie. And with all the issues I've had going on the past year, this stuff just fills me with joy. And I seen that trailer, each of the trailers that they've come out with 100 times, just because I just love this movie so much. And like I said, Tom's the man, regardless of what he does in his personal life, he's one of the last great movie stars, like we talk about Bruce Willis, right? He's one of the last great movie stars. Now he's retired, unfortunately with his health issues and everything. Tom Cruise is probably one of the last remaining, big time Hollywood stars out there, and he's still going strong, and, God love him. He's 60, 70 years old. If he's still doing it, I'm all for it because the guy's just amazing. So there you go. That's pretty much what I had to talk about tonight. Like I said, I'm trying some different things out. Had some technical difficulties tonight, but you know what? It's part of doing live shows. What are you going to do? Like I said, my neurological disorder sometimes hinders me, from doing stuff. But I'm going to keep plugging along. So I'm going to do another live stream. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it tomorrow night or Wednesday night or both. It depends how much energy I have. I have my good days. I have my good days and my bad days. So lately I've been having more good days than bad days, so that's a good thing. And my family keeps me strong, and like I said, my wife and my wonderful children, and I can't say enough about them, and doing this website and just being able to talk to you guys about action movies and doing stuff. As we all know, Owen Frill from the Action Elite, he's on vacation. He's over in Scotland visiting his family, having a good time. So we're not going to be doing any Action Elite Live, the War Room episodes for a couple weeks. And I believe he mentioned like maybe June 8th, we're going to be, I believe the next movie we're going to be doing is Excalibur, which I'm super excited for because we talked about the Northmen, and I brought up Excalibur actually in the live stream, and I think I motivated everybody, which is kind of cool, because that's one of my favorite films. I've seen that, I can't tell you how many times I've seen that movie. So I believe that's the next one we're going to talk about, when he comes back from his vacation in Scotland. But until then, I'm going to be doing my podcast and my live stream to keep you guys entertained. I actually, the monitor I got here, I actually have a bigger one. I got a 32-inch now. My mom and dad, they bought themselves new TVs. So I got my mom's old flat screen, high definition television. So I'm going to use that. So it's going to be right here. So I'm going to even have a bigger picture to show you guys some videos, So again, this is my show on a budget. I don't have the fancy editing or the visuals, the rapid fire, images and stuff like that. Because I have no money, I'm on my, I don't even have a disability right now, which leads me to my next thing. Obviously you've seen, I don't know if you've seen on my website, you can donate to the ACTION-FLIX.com. Tips and donations are greatly appreciated, and there's a couple guys that are doing a monthly contribution, and I can't thank them enough. The next episode, I'm going to discuss a little bit further. But basically, just it's on the sidebar of the website, and it's also at the bottom. And I put it on some of the articles too. You just click on it. You can do a one-time or a monthly, and just to help the website go, because this costs money. And like I said, it's difficult now to do things that aren't a necessity. Because I'm out of work because of my disorder, and how it affects me physically and mentally, and my shoulder. And my wife's been great; she's been working, But yeah, so if you feel inclined to help out, be part of ActionFlix.com, donate. Like I said, you got different options you can choose from, where you can put your own amount in. Anything helps, that goes towards what they charge for the platform here, when I do my website. So, again, I'm not too proud to ask for help, and like I said, it's been a tough road here since last, at the end of September, when this hit me. But I've been plugging along ever since. Like I said, I'm moving. Like before, I was in a wheelchair. I didn't, obviously I wasn't doing live shows or anything, or I wasn't on Owen's show, because I had to learn how to walk and talk and do different functions, and I'm still learning, and I'm still, this is an ongoing process. It just doesn't go away overnight. So enough of that. But so on the website, if you feel inclined to help donate, and also I have a GoFundMe page that I share on my social media. Another way, just to help with medical bills, because they've been astronomical since I've been dealing with this, and all the tests and surgeries and stuff like that. So again, yeah, no pressure, so just if you feel inclined, every little bit helps. I can't thank everybody enough. So there you go. So tonight was just a little bit of a fun episode. As you know, in the past Fix Lives, I've been, doing like a lot of retro stuff, ninja movies, Shokasugi, Red Brown. So, I basically coming up with these ideas, an idea will hit me. So this morning, like, I was like, what am I going to do for a live stream, because I didn't do one last week. And sure enough, there was the Mission Impossible trailer. So I'm like, there you go. So, I'm not sure what the next one's going to be. Like I said, once I know, you will know. I will post it on my Facebook and Twitter and Instagram pages. So there you go. So that's all I got for you tonight. So a lot of exciting stuff coming up. Maybe tomorrow I'll just go live again and just talk about some other cool stuff. Or I might do a review. I don't know. There's a couple of movies coming out. So I did Vendetta. Blowback is going to be coming out with Randy Couture and Cam Gigondit, who we just talked about. That's going to be with Scott Adkins and Violence of Action. So there's a lot of movies coming to stream, and of course Top Gun. Like I said, I might do both, one or the other. I'm not sure, but I'm super excited to see that this weekend, and I'm sure. I can pretty much say without the shadow of a doubt that I will enjoy this movie. So, that the spoiler, it's like I enjoyed Top Gun Maverick, everybody. So even before I saw it. All right, so enough of me rambling. So that's it for tonight. So I hope everybody stays safe, be kind to one another, and again, be nice to everybody. I've dealt with some nefarious people this week. I hate liars. Liars suck. You know, people trying to get one over on me, and I'm like, you know what? Even though I got a disorder, I'm not stupid. You know, so I dealt with a lot of, a lot of that type of stuff. But just be kind, be courteous, be nice to everybody, and just treat everybody with respect. The golden rule: treat others as you would want to be treated. That's all I gotta say. And let's just talk action movies and just have fun, and let's just keep this going. All right. So this is John Gerver coming at you with another episode of the Action Fix Live. We got Mission Impossible, Top Gun, we got Tom Cruise, and all kinds of good stuff. All right, so until tomorrow or the next day, just remember, keep it locked and loaded right here, because we are your destination for everything action in 2022 and beyond, except no substitutes. All right, guys.